Picture walking into a job interview and finding a waiting room packed with 200 people, all competing for the exact same position. Your application gets buried in a big stack, and your technical skills look identical to everyone else in the room. Now, imagine walking down the hall to a different door where a multi-million-dollar company is waiting, but there are only 3 other applicants. Why do we keep choosing to stand in that crowded room? Most job seekers fall into a trap of only applying to the most visible sectors, hot industries like big tech, entertainment. But by doing that, you turn yourself into a commodity in a market where there are way more applicants than open seats. In this video, we're looking back at our data set of 1,000 entry-level job postings on LinkedIn to expose why popular industries are a statistical bloodbath and why the secret to landing your first job is changing your battlefield to the unglamorous niche industries your peers are ignoring. Today on Art Science. Hey there, I'm Kevin Hartman, Associate Professor at the University of Notre Dame and founder of the Art+Science Analytics Institute, where our mission is to make you a better data analyst. In our first 2 videos in this series, we used hard data to establish the baseline skills you need to get hired, and we unmasked the hidden wave of overqualified senior applicants who are crowding the entry-level application pipeline. But mastering your skills and knowing your competition doesn't matter if you keep picking the wrong place to fight. In this video, we're looking at the straight facts of where the real job opportunities are right now and how bringing modern technical skills to an old-school industry makes you a rare, irreplaceable asset. Let's look at the numbers from our analysis because they show a massive gap between where people want to work and where the actual jobs are. Our analysis revealed that an industry like advertising services is completely overwhelmed with candidates. In our data set alone, advertising roles attracted a staggering 21,415 applicants for fewer than 100 open jobs. That means that every single listing is receiving hundreds, sometimes thousands of resumes. When you compete in a room that crowded, your candidacy gets buried before it even starts. The hiring manager has so many choices that they can demand a hyper-specific checklist of capabilities and certifications, or simply default to hiring one of those overqualified senior candidates we talked about last week. To stand out, you have to stop competing where everyone else is gathered. You have to look for the industries where your basic technical abilities make you a rare find, not just another face in a crowd of thousands. Standing out in your career requires you to be what I call the different variable in the room. This perspective was the foundation of my own early career. When I first started out, I made sure that my technical and analytical abilities were rock solid, but I didn't try to win by just being a slightly better analyst than the person next to me. I stood out by being a storyteller. When I joined an advertising agency, I prided myself on having the deep analytical skills to compete with anyone, but I brought a level of human creativity that most traditional analysts lacked. Later, when I entered the tech space, I introduced sharp, rigorous data insights into a media sales environment that at the time largely operated on personal relationships and traditional selling techniques. In both cases, I wasn't trying to be the most qualified person on paper or slightly better doing the same job as someone else. I tried to be the person who brought the exact skill that the rest of the group was missing. Our job data set shows that there's a massive, wide open window to do the exact same thing right now. While roles in highly visible sectors are drowning in thousands of applications, niche sectors are practically starving for talent. Industries like agriculture, wholesale building materials, logistics, industrial machinery have incredibly low application volumes, while an advertising role can easily average hundreds or even thousands of applicants. These niche sectors frequently see fewer than 50 total applicants per role. Think about what that means to you. These are massive, high-revenue companies with incredibly complex needs. But because their brand names aren't household words, your peers aren't applying to them. In these rooms, a candidate who has mastered the basic technical floor, someone who can confidently manipulate data in Excel, manage a CRM platform, or pull insights from Google Analytics, is not just another resume. You are a transformative, high-value asset because you are bringing modern skills and rigor to a business that is likely still relying on outdated manual processes. To apply this strategy to your job search this week, follow this 4-step playbook. First, audit your target industry list. Look back at every job application you've submitted over the last 30 days. If more than 50% of your targets are in highly visible sectors like tech, media, fashion, advertising, you are confining yourself to overcrowded markets. You need to intentionally diversify your target. Second, target low-volume sectors. Actively search for roles inside supply chain companies, regional distributors, or agricultural suppliers. These companies have the budget to pay you, but they lack the cultural hype that attracts thousands of rival applicants. Third, maneuver by bringing the missing skill. If you are interviewing for a highly technical role in a niche sector, don't just talk about code. Emphasize your ability to tell a human story with the data. If you are interviewing for a creative or sales role, emphasize your technical skills in GA4 or Excel. Be the combination that they can't find anywhere else. Fourth, translate your certifications for their specific needs. In your cover letters and your interviews, don't just list your software tools. Explain exactly how you will use these tools to solve their unique problems, like using data tracking to fix a supply chain bottleneck or organizing customer metrics for a regional parts distributor. Success is rarely found by trying to be a slightly better version of everyone else in an overcrowded room. True career leverage comes from taking your modern skills and dropping them into an environment where those skills are missing. Once you pick the right field, the final hurdle is making sure that your professional brand identity doesn't look like every other resume on the pile. If your identity mirrors everyone else, then just like a nondescript product sitting unsold on a shelf, you suffer from commodity parity. Next week, in the final episode of this series, we are going to build your personal brand. We're going to show you how to map your core attributes, how to translate your skills into functional and emotional benefits for an employer, and a high-level brand technique called laddering that you can use to make an experienced competitor look obsolete. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, take a moment and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with anyone else you think might be interested in data analytics. Every single week, we are bringing new, exciting, and important videos on data analytics to this channel, and we would love to have you there for the journey. Be sure to check out the links in the description for additional art science resources and sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive tips, course updates, and more directly in your inbox. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video.